Good afternoon. Sue Smith sitting in for Aaron Rand on Montreal Now. Lovely to be with you on this first Monday in January. And I'm just looking at X and Chrystia Freeland's announcement that she posted at 4:22, so just a little while ago, announcing her resignation. So basically, this morning we found out that Chrystia Freeland had been appointed or had agreed to a position to be a special economic advisor to Ukraine. And a lot of people, of course, calling for her resignation. And now we find out that she will be resigning. So I'm going to read you exactly what she says. This is a quote from X. Ukraine is at the forefront of today's global fight for democracy, and I welcome this chance to contribute on an unpaid basis as an economic advisor to President Zelensky. In accepting this voluntary position, I will be stepping aside from my role as the Prime Minister's special representative for the reconstruction of Ukraine. In the coming weeks, I will also leave my seat in Parliament. I want to thank my constituents for their years of confidence in me. I am so grateful to have been your representative. Okay, so that's the latest from Chrystia Freeland that just came in. And we're going to check in with David Heurtel about this. David is a former Quebec Liberal cabinet minister and political analyst. And this segment is brought to you by Guaranteed Industries. Don't be caught cold. Call Guaranteed Industries to upgrade your heating system with Canair equipment at 514-342-3400. Guaranteed Industries since 1957. David Heurtel, hello. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon, Sue.
Listen, we've got a lot to get to. It's been a busy Monday in January. I'm not going to ask you about your resolutions and if you're going to eat less sugar. Let's start with Chrystia Freeland. So what do you make of, the whole thing? So first of all, this economic advisor to President Zelensky, which she points out is an unpaid position. What do you make of that?
Well, first of all, I mean, her ties to Ukraine are well known. I mean, her mother basically wrote the Ukrainian constitution.
Right.
So that there are close ties, and even during her active political career, her closeness to Ukraine is no secret. So that she's stepping up. I mean, for a while, remember, Sue, people were talking about her maybe becoming, jumping over to NATO, being General Secretary of NATO.
Yeah.
So in and of itself, that she's taking a more active role, a closer role to Ukraine's development is not necessarily surprising. What is surprising, though, is this seems completely fumbled.
Yeah.
The announcement itself, I mean, obviously, regardless if it's paid or not, if you're becoming a political advisor or economic advisor to another country and you're sitting member of parliament in Canada, you got to go.
Yeah. 100%.
There's no gray area. You're done.
No.
That's it. So regardless of where you stand on the political spectrum, you can't play on both sides of that fence. No. So it's bizarre that the first of all the position was announced first, and then there was this gray area about her future, and even this still with the post and the announcement on social media, she's going to stay a few weeks as MP. Not clear when the position with Zelensky begins. So even there, it doesn't seem very clear. So that's not the best way to roll this out, I feel.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, sounds like she had a few long walks in the snow over the Christmas holidays. But
I mean, it's not like she had much of a future within the Carney government. I mean,
exactly.
It was clear she was excluded of cabinet in terms of no major role. She was clearly on her way out, so I think this was something that she wanted to do and that she feels is a good springboard for her.
I guess so. Maybe that answers my next question because she felt like she was on her way out. But I mean, to me, the two roles, like she was appointed the Prime Minister's special representative for the reconstruction of Ukraine. How is that different from being an unpaid economic advisor to, I guess one she works for Carney, one she works for Zelensky. I mean, any insight on that?
Well, one, it says a lot about where we are in terms of even thinking about reconstructing Ukraine.
Yes.
We're not even close to that.
Yes.
I mean, let's think about this, especially with what obviously has transpired over the past 72 hours in South America, in Venezuela. But beyond that, we're not seeing anything resembling some sort of peace. I mean, the meeting between Zelensky and Trump, and Zelensky and Carney, and Zelensky in Europe last week and the week before didn't give us anything, really. I mean, Trump and Zelensky can't even get together on their 20-point peace plan, and Putin has done everything to signal that he's not even interested in talking about peace. So I think right now what Chrystia Freeland is doing is I think, going in and going to her personal core beliefs, and something she's very passionate about, very, very close to. And you got to respect that.
For sure. And look, she's got a lot of talents, that woman.
Absolutely.
I mean, she
it's a big asset, because Zelensky's
she'd be good for Zelensky.
Because Zelensky's been going through a lot of scandals internally.
Yeah.
There's been some corruption scandals. He had to get rid of some of his top people over the past few weeks and months. So it hasn't been smooth sailing internally. So also someone like Chrystia Freeland coming in can also maybe reinforce and give some credibility to Zelensky's government moving forward.
Yeah. All right. So now, though, you're Mark Carney, and you are already on a thin line minority government, although I don't know if other people took long walks in the snow over Christmas. We'll find out, because there have been a lot of rumors that there are going to be more floor crossers, but kind of leaves him in a pickle, because now what happens? There'll have to be a by-election, right?
Yeah, but a by-election in University Rosedale, that's in the heart of Toronto.
Yeah.
Not
stressful.
April 28th, Chrystia Freeland won this with 64% of the vote.
Yeah.
And it's not like Pierre Poilievre is riding a wave of good feelings either in Ontario or Quebec right now, for that matter. But, I think Mark Carney could call very quickly an election. I mean, he has 6 months. There's no, the minute the seat is vacated, given the time to find a good candidate, call an election, and he could get the seat. But as you're saying also, there's a lot of rumblings about maybe other people crossing the floors this time towards the Liberals. But I don't see anybody really in a hurry to call an election, to force an election on the opposition side. Let's remember this. You saw the Léger poll last week. The most unpopular politician in Quebec is Pierre Poilievre, 61% unfavorables. And across the country, that's the same thing. While in the polling, the Liberals and Conservatives seem close, and they are. But when you look at who is most popular and who has the most favorables, unfavorables, Carney still has between 20 and 25 points on Poilievre. So I don't see anything happening soon in terms of this seat, pushing anybody towards, trying to call a confidence vote.
All right. Well, listen, before I let you go, I would love to hear your take on what happened over the weekend in Venezuela. I know it's a huge issue. You probably have a lot to say, but, people are either seem to be like, it's about time, thank goodness he's gone, or, how could you go against the rule of international law, or somewhere in between? Where are you standing?
Well, it is. He was a bad guy, no doubt about it.
Yeah.
But he lost an election and staged basically a coup. And so, but again, this is now, we have now entered a new age in terms of, there's international law no longer exists. We have gone to an age before the Second World War, maybe even before the First World War, in terms of international relations and the rule of law, the United Nations. I remember, just very quickly, Sue, I remember a time, where, George Bush, the father, or George Bush, the son, felt they needed to build coalitions before taking any type of military action, needed UN resolutions. Same thing for Bill Clinton in Kosovo, meeting, with Tony Blair and Jacques Chirac, and needing to build these coalitions between taking these types of actions. And we're just in a new age, and it's basically, Donald Trump feeling that he needs to change the conversation, because this is going to be very interesting internally going into the midterm elections in November. Right now, are Americans really into, sending boots or being involved in Venezuela's future, which is long-term and billions of dollars before we see anything positive out of there? We don't even know who's running the place. And at the same time, when you look internally, the Republicans showing a lot of cracks and questions on affordability and health care still not answered by Donald Trump.
All right. Well, we have lots to talk about, and it's only the beginning of January, David. Nice talking to you. Thanks.
Great to talk to you, Sue.
You too. Bye-bye.
Unmistakably Canadian.
It's the music that raised you.
The artists raising the bar.
Hi, this is Brian Adams.
Hey, my name's Brett Emmons. I'm from the Glorious Sons.
Hi, I'm Nelly Furtado.
Made in Canada. The station that champions Canadian music.
Loud, proud, and all yours.
No passports required. Just press play.
Tap into Made in Canada now on iHeartRadio.ca
Or the free iHeartRadio app.